Mayes, the redshirt senior, the native of Mascoutah, Illinois, just 25 miles to the east from St. Louis.
We're good.
23-2, and a two-time All-American against Retherford, the nation's longest winning streak. He's rattled off 62 in a row, and is the defending champion from last year.
Right away, I'm noticing a lot more movement than from Mayes than he usually is. He's usually pretty flat-footed, but he wants to get off against a guy like Retherford with a high-paced, high movement. Get his blast doubles going early, get those penetration shots going.
That's exactly right, Anthony. And the reason that is so important is to make Retherford respect his shot, which will slow him down.
This way, face me this way.
Mayes is no rookie.
He's
been around, and that was a perfect start by Mayes. He's got speed and power, and it was so important for him to hit that double and make Retherford respect his shot.
And a little bit too aggressive, ready to get going as he gets whistled for the caution. Starting on top here after the takedown.
Here's where it's important for Mayes to make Retherford work. He needs to ride on top with a lot of pressure and make Retherford work each time he gets in underneath.
Retherford the escape, 2-1.
It's a good escape there by Retherford. You see he was kind of pressuring back, trying to get some hip separation, was able to get to his feet, fought those hands and turned it in. Now he's right back up to his feet. He's got to shake it off, try to get some takedowns going here.
Mayes is a hard guy to wrestle. He's fast, explosive, but he also has a slow pace. And that's what you meant, Anthony, when he looked a little faster in the first. And there's nobody like Retherford. Nobody wrestles the pace that Retherford does for 7 minutes or whatever it takes, if it's 11 minutes. And he's had a couple of overtime matches this year against Sorensen, Kalika. Really, really aggressive. Every second he's on you.
Iowa's Brandon Sorensen was the loser in the semifinals yesterday against Retherford. Anthony Kalika from Oklahoma State eliminated as well. And Retherford here in St. Louis has been dominant for his head coach, Cale Sanderson. 3 tech falls and a pin en route to this championship match for the wrestler in blue.
Well, Mayes has got to continue with that pace that he had on his feet here on the mat, because Retherford is a tough rider in the top position. He can sink in the leg, really stretch you out. Mayes got to keep that movement going. Stay active here. Don't slow down.
You saw Retherford react to the count of the official. He started counting when he was below the hips. You can't stay down there for 5 counts without being warned for stalling. And as soon as he heard the count, he jumped up above the hips.
Red set, green cover.
You see right there at the edge of the mat, Mayes kind of just stopped wrestling. He gave up a crucial, I want to say about 5-6 seconds there. And you see right here, he's kind of keeping a good base. He's got to explode. He's got to have some really sense of what the time is right now. He knows he's down by a point. He's got to stay active and get the escape point before this period ends.
I thought he also gave up the attention he was getting from the official, from the standpoint of perhaps even a warning going to Retherford if he kept the movement going, and he didn't.
Well, you see right here, Mayes' right hand is in bounds. Retherford's had the legs in. He should have scooted out. That could have saved him a couple of valuable seconds there. You really got to be aware where you're at, the points, and the time left in this clock.
Second finalist for Brian Smith there on the right, the Tiger tie. Already with a champion in Jaden Cox.
And we'll see one more coming up in our next weight class at 157, the redshirt junior Joey LaValle. Be another Missouri Penn State matchup against Jason North. After one, Retherford on top 3-2, riding time in his favor.
That was a clutch sponsor by Retherford in that period, giving up an early takedown, but he's able to get an escape, get a takedown of his own, and also ride hard for that 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Stay set. Reset.
See what kind of commitment Mayes makes to the top position here. If he can make Retherford work, and not so. Retherford's going to go right back as the hunter.
That's a huge escape there by Retherford just in 4 seconds and maintains his ride time point. So way to explode off of that whistle. You notice a big difference. Retherford is constantly moving. Mayes kind of slowed down, relaxed a bit.
I was thinking the same thing, Anthony. Right off the first whistle, with 3 minutes in the first, Mayes exploded, and the energy has gone a little bit downhill since then.
And this is more like Mayes. I mean, he's it's kind of hard to explain. Has good explosion, speed, position, but he hangs out too. Almost lulls guys to sleep and then explodes, but you're not going to lull Zain Retherford to sleep.
That's what Mayes going to do right there. You see the level changes, snapping on the head, shooting in. You keep that high pace. That's what made him successful in that first period, getting that takedown.
Hard to match pace with Retherford.
2 for Retherford, 6-2.
Keep working, improve.
A stalemate, 41 seconds left
Let's go.
in the second.
Stay set. Cover. Set. Right off. Green. No change. Easy. Let's work out here, guys. Work out in the center. Red set. Cover.
Retherford's been a machine the last couple of years. He's scored falls and bonus points like crazy. Dangerous from everywhere. Very confident. You see that confidence here. I think that first takedown just made him mad, Anthony.
I think it definitely did. And what I like about Retherford, just watching him wrestle, he's so stingy in every position. He doesn't want to give up anything to his opponent, doesn't leave any openings. When he does, like you said to him, he gets mad, he comes fired up right back. Good dominating ride here in this period for Retherford.
Now David Taylor chiming in. Anthony, what are Saturdays for? They're for the boys and sharing national championships with your teammates. And we'll hear from David Taylor coming up, as he'll be with Quint Matsai.
Get the boots in there, really going after it. And this is where it gets tough. What's that? I mean, he knows how to score points. Racking them up, you get the 4 count and the 4 points.
All 4 back points to extend the advantage for the Nittany Lion.
Terrific ride there by Retherford. He's got in both legs, and he has that hammerlock on the right arm of Mayes. You see the wrist is on his own back there. He's pressuring forward, covering up.
The Zain train is rolling down the tracks, and boy, he cranked that chin. Nicest guy off the mat, on the mat. It's all business. Coach Sanderson, so thankful. He says when you're the best, the leader on the mat, and socially, you live a healthy lifestyle. And there he cranks again. Man, and that's painful.
How about that sequence for Retherford to add 8 in such short time and make his lead 12 plus riding time in his favor. He's already had 3 tech falls here in St. Louis and still 40 seconds left. Finding back points in every nook and cranny on this mat.
And that's it.
Rutherford, he seals it. Another tech fall, his 4th of the tournament. The defending champ keeps the trophy at 149. And the Zain train has pulled into Kesnick Station.
What was your reaction to giving up that first takedown, Zain?
A little quote I kept playing in my head is, you know, I like the movie Braveheart. He says, you can take our lives, but you won't take our freedom. So, you know, I wasn't worried about losing or giving up points. He's not gonna take away the freedom that I want to give on the wrestling mat and just keep scoring.
You actually said that in your head during that match?
Yeah, when I went out of bounds. Yep.
That's unbelievable. 63rd consecutive win. How would you best describe your domination?
Just having fun and wrestling free, yeah.
And that was the mindset?
Yeah, you know, competing alongside the guys I'm lucky to compete with every day. It's a lot of fun.
We're going to see a bunch of Penn State Nittany Lions right now. As you go back there to talk to your teammates, we got 4 of them coming up in a row. What is your word of advice?
Just live up this experience and have fun. They're ready to go, so they know what to do.
We are.
Penn State.
Congratulations, Zain.
Terrific match there by Retherford. You see, gave up the early takedown, stayed composed, went out there and dominated every single position, was super physical, got his takedowns right there in the riding, transition from his tilts. Way to be aggressive, way to wrestle all the way through. Get those big points for your team.